Well, hello and good day to all of you wonderful viewers out there. Hi, I'm Awesome Joe, and thank you guys so much for taking the time of your day to watching another episode of Awesome Joe's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be talking about the newest installment to the Predator franchise, Prey. This movie is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and you all well know him for his wonderful success with 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I believe to being one of the best Cloverfield movies to date. So, yeah, when it comes to all of these other Predator movies, I enjoyed them. When it came to the sequels, of course, everybody, including myself, enjoyed the first movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I enjoyed Predator 2 with Danny Glover. It was an okay, a new, different turnabout, a different location, having it being in the city. I kind of enjoyed it very well. I don't dislike it as much as what all other fans of the franchise think of it. And then I don't know if you would add also the Alien versus Predator movies. I was okay with the first Predator movie, not the best, but the Alien versus Predator movie. But then when it came to the sequel, I wasn't excited about it. I was not excited about it, but I went ahead and watched it, and yes, it is the most terrible movie I've ever seen ever. You would think that it would be an amazing new addition to the Alien vs. Predator movie, but unfortunately Requiem was not as favorable as what they anticipated it to being. But yes, it was just god-awful. But, there's still some fun aspects in it, but it's still one of the most terrible movies ever made. And then, of course, there's Predators with Adrian Brody. I enjoyed that movie a lot. It was another new take on the franchise, taking it to a whole other level. It's not the same movie repeating itself. Yes, you do have, the whole entire aspect of when it comes to a Predator movie is having to determine as to who is actually the real Predator. Is it the alien hunter that we all know and love, or is it the star of the film who seems to be very much in a position to where it does not look like they're going to survive through this situation with this alien Predator. So, and I love how, yes, of course, every single movie does have that same aspect, but, turning it all around, making it its own film. It could be its sequel or of a film all of its own. Then there was The Predator, which was back in 2018, I believe. That movie was god-awful. It was just so bad. It's just as bad as what Alien vs. Predator Requiem was. And I can understand why once when Disney bought 20th Century Fox, and knowing that we were actually going to get another Predator movie, that why they would put it on Hulu instead of it being in theaters. Well, now that the franchise is under new ownership, and you would think that Disney would not go as far as to having to be part of a rated R franchise. Well, they are doing it now, and they're setting some boundaries. Yes, when it comes to like things like Deadpool, and here we are now discussing when it comes to the Predator franchise. But I think that it was the worst possible time to be putting it on Hulu. It was great getting to watching it, but it felt more of a theatrical experience. I feel like that having to watching this movie should have been shown in the theaters rather than on Hulu, because it is actually the best Predator sequel. Besides the first film, the best Predator movie ever. And like I said, there are some of the movies that I actually enjoy, but they are not as good as this one. This was very good. Did I have complete and utter faith in this? Actually, yes. When I heard the story and the idea as to what it was that they were doing with this movie, Prey, and by the way, this one does not have the Predator name in this title. You would think it would be called Predator Presents Prey or something like that, but unfortunately not. It is its own movie, just like all the other sequels, but it is as well a prequel in respects to the original film back in '87. And plus, and also there are some nostalgia references in regards to Predator 2 as well, because this one does take place 300 years back, and this is somewhat of a prequel, but yet, like I said, its own movie all on its own, back in 1719, and this is actually really great because you're dealing with a Comanche tribe, and you have your star, which is Naru, played by Amber Midthunder. I recognize her in the CW's version of Roswell, New Mexico. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that show, but I watch it. I used to watch the original version, and yeah, I see her in it, and right away I already knew who she was right when I saw that she's going to be the star of this. Now, I can understand that some people would be a little bit sexist to this, thinking that, oh, they're doing another female lead, now they're putting a female lead in this, like all the other franchises, going up against the big baddie here. But, I find it to be a very unique taste. You always get the big, muscular guy going up against the tremendous monster, and unfortunately, this makes it more of a challenge. This is actually in English. The original version is in English, but yet there is also a Comanche language version on there that is available on Hulu right now. You can check that out. I watched both versions, English and in Comanche, and I think that the movie should have been in a Comanche version. The original take, to feel more realistic, to feel like you're actually 300 years ago into the past. Making you being pulled into the movie and having just as much more of enjoyment than you actually do with the original take of the film. Then you get another character, which is Naru's brother, named Tabei. I think that's how you pronounce it, played by Dakota Beavers. I think this guy was pretty interesting. He is, if it wasn't a female lead, this would be the actual hero going up against the Predator. Because of course, back in the days, people were very sexist. The man would go out and hunt for food while the women stay in the village to bake bread or whatnot. And and for this character, Naru, she is completely trying to be her own character, away from the way that they determine her life for her. Becoming more of the hunter than the gatherer. So I really do give her humongous respects for having to going out there and being the person that she wants to be, even though that a lot of people doubt her. A lot of people really put her in a very delicate and difficult situation, making her feel very discouraged enough to not wanting to do the things that she wants to do because of who she is. So, but I give huge credits for that kind of characterism, for fighting for who you truly are and ignoring what everybody tries to tell you who they believe that you are. So I think that's great. And the way that she goes up against the Predator, man, it's just, I know people would complain saying, oh, well, she runs away from the Predator every single time she ever interacts with it. But I find it to be in good reason, because this thing is like super scary. I would be scared out of my mind going up against one of these things. But for her, I find her very brave, and even though she runs away, but yet she's also studying this thing, thinking like a hunter as to what she needs to do what is its strengths, what is its weaknesses in order to defeat it. To do the ultimate hunt, just like what her brother does, going up, trying to go out and kill this lion, which he so humbly succeeds. And now it's her turn to, go off and go on this quest to go against this alien monstrous being that's lurking around in their area. So I think that it is a really great, huge take on this prequel film of the entire Predator saga. So it's great. And the way that this Predator behaves in this movie is it gives more of an explanation without having any explaining to do, by interactions. But I really do love on how the way that he performs in this movie, just showing us audiences as to what is his purpose is on the planet. We already know that all these predators always want to try to go up against the best, to see if they can to proven that they are the dominant species in the universe. They've gone through so many different kinds of creatures on different planets, and when it comes to human beings on planet Earth, they are always the ones that conquer, which is the reason why they continuously throughout generations have come back to see if they can dominate over becoming the higher species of human beings. So I really do like that, and they show a lot of this because apparently, from what I hear, that this movie is a complete interaction of the Predator's first encounter on Earth. And I love the time period. I think that this movie is successful because of its time period. If Predator films were to take place in different time periods other than modern days, I think that it would be of great success. And I really do admire the weapons that they have, both the Naru and the Predator. You can honestly tell that yes, the Predator does have advanced technology, but not as highly advanced as what we see in recent films. But I love what Naru's weapon that she develops within time when it comes to her axe. Devising a leash on it, so that way when she throws it, she could bring it right back, just like a yo-yo. So I think that was really great. It's very Scorpion from the recent Mortal Kombat movie. So I really did love that addition, and her having to using it against the Predator. I think that was really great. And not only just great, but if you were to look at the mask that the Predator wears in this, yes, I know we're all used to the original look that looks very badass from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and wishing that we could get to see some more of those. But I really did like this one. It has a very bone structure. It does have the laser pointer that's connected to it, to catch it, to shoot off whatever he's hunting. And she does use it to her advantage, and I love the way that how she takes him down. But yeah, the Predator at first hunts off the entire food chain. I love this little sequence where you see a little ant just walking about, minding its own business. Then comes a mouse eating it, and then comes a snake eating it, and then the snake tries to go and try and defeat the Predator, but the Predator defeats the snake because the snake is of a lethal threat to the Predator, so the Predator has to kill that snake to prove that he's worthy of being on top of the food chain. I love that. And he does the same thing with this wolf that is hunting down a bunny rabbit, and kills that wolf and tears out its skull and spine as a treasure, as of course what we've seen in other movies as well. But the one best part of it is when he goes up against the bear, which we've seen in trailers, and the way that they fight against each other, oh my gosh, it was amazing. I loved that fight. And of course the Predator wins that fight, but he looks very badly damaged, very well hit. If anything, he would have been defeated if he would have given up. But you just see that blood just falling off of the bear onto the Predator, and it was just amazing. I mean, I grew terrified of this Predator. This one really got me real scared. But yes, and then there's some white man characters in this that speak a completely different language. Which, by the way, for us audiences, yes, the movie is in English, but within the movie itself, they are speaking Comanche. But for us, it's English. And then when the white man comes in, I believe that for them they are speaking English, but in the movie, according to the Comanche point of view, they're witnessing a completely different language that is highly away from our understanding. So I kind of got that aspect, but like I said, the Comanche version is a little bit more better. Makes you feel more pulled into the film than what the English version has for us. So there are some parts of the film where you get to be introduced to these foot traps that the white men have thrown out there to capture the predator. And they go very close into having to capturing this thing because there's this fog ash sequence to where our main characters are captured and as bait for the predator. But apparently the predator will not attack our main characters. Why? Well, because of course they are our main characters, but two is because they are a bait. They are not a lethal threat. Unlike our white man hunters, they are a threat. They have weapons, and that's where the best part, also the best part of the film, where the predator kills off every single one of these with the very awesome skills that he has throwing out his weapons. He has this really cool shield that pops right out. A lot of if it was Mortal Kombat, of fatal fatalities. It was really awesome. Then they introduced the gun that we see at the ending of Predator 2 that was back in 1715. So there's a reason why we're put into this time period, because of that in particular part. And I know that I never saw Predator 2 when it was first originally released, but I know for a fact that when it comes to Predator fanatics, once having to seeing that gun, it really makes you question and makes you crave for more and wondering, how would a Predator movie be like back in the 1700s? They've been doing this for generations. So how awesome would a movie be getting a Predator movie within that time frame? And here we are, we have it, and it is awesome, everybody. I had an amazing time, a lot of fun with this movie. I love the way and how she takes them down. Like I said before, the greatest idea that I could possibly, experience in this. I was questioning it myself as to what is it would she do to succeed into defeating this predator, or even if not, the predator winning up against against Naru. So you never know what might happen at the ending of the film, because of course this is a prequel film, and you would think that there would. Because usually prequels don't really succeed as well as this movie did. Because, say for example, Star Wars. If I were to think of Star Wars as any, the prequel films, I can imagine it being something else. But the Predator, the movie Prey, I cannot imagine it being anything else. This was a perfect prequel film, a movie of itself, all by itself alone. It was a fantastic movie. And would I want to see the return of Naru in a sequel, if possible? I like the idea on how these Predator movies are always introducing newer characters, away from having to developing, the return of several characters. Even having to have, the same Predator. I don't want the same Predator. I like different kind of versions of Predators. So it's great getting to seeing them, coming around differently every once in a while. So if there'd be another Predator movie, I would not want the returning cast come back. Like I said, different time period, different Predator, newer weapons, newer motives, newer ways in having to fight, to hunt, to defeat. So, but like I said, great movie, great fun movie. Rotten Tomatoes went ahead and gave this movie a 92%. And I love this movie a lot enough to wanting to go ahead and say that this is 100%. I loved the movie, and I can watch it so many more times just to enjoy it once more again. And I love the fact that there is a dog character in this, a very smart dog, very highly well trained. I love how this dog hunts alongside Naru throughout the entire movie. and goes up against the Predator as well. Not a successful vicious attack, but it's great in how they work together to fight up against this Predator, and it was just amazing and awesome. So everybody, that is my review on Prey. I can't say Predator because this movie is not named Predator. It's named Prey, and I love the title. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for a future film within this franchise, because I will mention this. I know that the majority of all of you viewers have already watched the movie on Hulu. But yes, for those of you who do not know, once the movie's over, there are no post or end credits. All I'm saying is, watch the credits. Watch the credits, and you'll see what I'm talking about for the future of this franchise. So, but like I said, that's my review, everybody, for Prey. Have you guys gone on and watched it? It's now available on Hulu. English or Comanche, doesn't matter. The movie is all good either way. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, please feel free to leave it down in the comment section at the bottom. Let's have an awesome time talking about this movie or any movies that you like to talk about in general, because I love to talk about movies, but most importantly, I love to talk about them with you. And don't forget that you can check out some more of my videos on Facebook and on YouTube. Just look me up at Awesome Joe Movie Reviews. Don't forget to click on that like and subscribe button there, you guys. I really do appreciate everybody's support on my channel. But anyways, you guys, so many other projects that are along the way. I know that I missed out on a few, several other movies that are out in theaters that I never really have the time to having to talk about. Maybe within time, if I do have any availability, I will do that. But as of now, whatever available time I do have, I will most definitely turn on the camera and talk about that in particular movie or TV show. So, anyways, you guys, I'm Awesome Joe. Keep on living the dream, and as always, stay awesome. Thanks, you guys, once more again, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye.